Is the weather better than London? I was just in Scotland and it was like sunny one day and then rainy the next day.
Well, it's nice and overcast, you know. I'm used to like the very grey, white skies, so that's nice, you know. I feel right at home, apart from like the 200-degree humidity.
Well, hopefully you get to see an inch of the coastline here while you're here. That'd be nice. Yeah.
It's nice. So many people. Thank you for
So many
coming.
people, yeah. So, let's talk shop.
Okay.
I want to talk about film locations. We started talking about that in the back, so I'm going to keep rolling with that. But of all the film locations, like Game of Thrones, guys, goes to so many cool places. As a travel writer, I have to say, like, I'm impressed. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
And the location scout for Game of Thrones just really has a lot of intention when he picks those places out. What do you think about all those backdrops?
The actual scenery is ridiculously stunning. I think one of my favorite places to have filmed was in Croatia, in Dubrovnik. And, you know, it's a big touristy town. But I can't remember exactly where it was, but they cordoned off a certain kind of place, old ruins, old kind of castle ruins. It was the scene when I like try and force the jester, can't remember his name, Darren maybe, to drink all the wine, and you just felt like you had this incredible scenery looking out onto the Adriatic Sea completely to your own. Normally it would be overrun by tourists, and to kind of have that privacy was incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's like being at Giant's Causeway, but having it all to yourself.
Yeah, which is such a kind of a privilege. So it's
So
pretty
always
cool.
crawling with people, right?
Yeah.
But it's an ancient city, so it's amazing to be there and to have that moment. So I love interviewing villains, by the way. It's like my favorite thing to do. and the reason why is because I have to give so much credit to the villainous role, to, you know, prepare yourself and put yourself in those shoes, which is like a complete inverse of like what you are in real life. It's incredible talent to be able to do that. How do you prepare yourself for those really dramatic and kind of evil scenes?
Yeah, well, maybe it's slightly easier to play like an extreme character than it is to play a slightly more moderate character. The fact that Joffrey is so extremely hateable and evil makes it kind of easy because, well, not easy, but slightly more approachable because, you know, if you're playing someone who, you know, has a bit of good and a bit of bad, and they feel more like someone that you could potentially meet in real life, then it's harder to make that character believable. Whereas with Joffrey, he's so kind of like cartoonishly evil that, you know, you're never going to be like, you know, he's such a fantastical character that I just had fun with it. So I didn't really worry too much about how it was. I just had fun with the character and just tried to be me.
Okay, let's have a little fun. Give me 3 alternative deaths. Make them up right now. Like, give me a stream of consciousness of 3 alternative
Maybe
deaths.
What's that? Eaten by dire wolves, yeah, that would be a good one. Maybe just kind of going quietly in his sleep, you know.
I think everyone would, like, Twitter would have broke.
Just, you know, maybe he lived a long life and then just, you know, 86, 87, just without any pain, just...
What is the audience thing? I'll take a couple people. Raise your hand. Give me an alternative death. You, right here. Whoa!
She said kill during sex. I mean,
I'm with who?
well, I kind of feel like Joffrey, he gets himself into certain erotic scenes, but I don't think he's that like a sexual a person, so I think he's actually kind of a prude in real life, so I think he'd probably be too scared to actually go through with it. But yeah, maybe some kind of asphyxiation.
You back there, sir.
Killed by the man? Yeah, killed by the man?
Ah,
for sure.
yeah.
Or killed by the hound, you know, the hound kind of
One
Yeah.
more, young lady right here.
Like how Robert went, killed during hunting or something?
Yeah,
Killed
killed
during-
during hunting. Yeah, probably Joffrey would probably shoot himself. Yeah, he kind of like thinks he's like good at hunting and with the crossbow, but I'd say he's actually really, really bad. Would end up like shooting himself in the foot, literally. Yeah.
Which he did a few times, metaphorically.
Yeah.
We've seen throughout the show.
That happens.
Right. Okay, so I want to encourage everyone to start lining up here if you want to ask a question. Of course, we could chat all day because it's fun. But I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and start back at the beginning. Okay, for you.
Okay, I'm short. Hi Jack, you're an
Hello.
amazing actor. I loved you in Game of Thrones.
Thanks.
I was wondering, what would Joffrey be able to do if he wasn't killed off in the show or accomplished?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I kind of feel like just before he was poisoned, he kind of was becoming put under the thumb of Marjorie. You know, he was becoming her little puppet a little bit. So I kind of feel like he would have just accelerated in that role. I don't think he's that good at thinking for himself. So I think he would have just done whatever Marjorie wanted to do in her kind of scheme of power control. So yeah, I mean, he was talking about like doing charitable works in terms of like propaganda for Marjorie's image. So maybe he turned out to be a really good guy, kind of by accident. He turned out to be like a humanitarian. He like just gets really into like orphanages and everything. So that's the way it was going. So it's just logical.
Would have been an interesting spin.
Yeah.
Hi.
Another question? Oh,
Oh.
no.
Hello.
Hello.
You're amazing, let me just say. And it's really nerve-wracking to be up here.
You're amazing.
Okay, who would you like to see next on the Iron Throne?
I mean, I used to answer that question by saying Hodor, but he's not with us anymore, eh? So they're probably like Daenerys, I kind of think. I think she'd be pretty cool on the Iron Throne. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Hey Jack, welcome to Dorn.
Thanks.
I want to ask you, what's the most awkward story that you had when a fan recognized you as Joffrey?
It's funny. It's like I wish I had a better like weird story. Nothing crazy. Everyone's too like normal and nice. Let me think. Well, I was doing a convention in London last weekend, and someone asked me to sign their arm because they wanted to get a tattoo of it, and that was pretty intense for me. I was like, no, you don't want that at all. It's their body; they can do whatever they want. But yeah, I hope she was joking. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, my signature isn't even that nice. I don't have nice handwriting. Thanks. Yeah, maybe I should have drawn like a phallus or something. Forget that tattoo.
Oh, that was amazing. Hi there.
I just wanted to ask, do you think that Baelish played a part in influencing Joffrey to kill Ned Stark?
I don't know. Is there like a subtext there that you can read into it? Maybe. I mean, he's a pretty like malleable character, Joffrey, I think. So I'd say he was influenced by whoever said anything to him really at all. But I think in that moment he was just being like, you know, maybe like a hormonal teenager, just like getting a rush of blood to the head and just kind of wanting to be the man of the kingdom and trying to assert himself really stupidly. But I'd say there were a few people. I mean, obviously his mother didn't approve of that decision, but yeah, maybe it was Baelish or basically anyone who told him to do anything, he would probably do it. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
My question was just, I had heard that you kind of stopped acting to pursue academics, and my question for you was, what advice would you give to people who are kind of considering just completely changing their career path or doing something different than what
Just
they
in
did?
general, yeah. Well, I think, you know, it's easy for me to do that now. Because I'm young and I'm in a position financially from Game of Thrones that I don't have to, you know, constantly be looking for a direct source of income. So I have the luxury of kind of thinking about what I'd like to do. But if you're if you're in a similar position, or you know, even if you're not, even if you have a family and you're older, I think it's always worth it. It's always worth doing something that you actually want to do, because it's so easy. You know, I see myself just thinking, oh, I could do this because it's easy, but it's maybe not exactly what you're passionate about or what you want to do. So it takes a lot of guts, and it's not easy if you have a family, or if you feel like you don't have the skills necessary for whatever career that you'd like to change to. But I think in the long term, I think you'd be more satisfied, but it's tricky.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi there. You can pull it down like Steve Tyler if you need to.
I didn't say that, okay. First of all, hi again.
Hey.
I'm still really nervous around you because
It's okay.
it's a freaking honor. What was the hardest part that you actually had to do that might have brought you down emotionally? Like, what was the hardest scene to do?
Well, I mean, no, you know, like I'm not good enough of an actor to kind of actually invest any of my own emotions into a scene. But you know, sometimes when, you know, like there was that scene with Sansa where I'm kind of like getting Sir Meryn Trant to like slap her around and like kind of rip her dress off. And I suppose because it's Sophie Turner who plays Sansa, is such a good actress, that there were one or two moments when I was like, oh, this is really, really messed up. But yeah. But in real life, because obviously, you know, it looks so real on TV, but if you go to a set, you know, you're filming for 30 seconds and there's like 100 people behind the camera, and, you know, people with like coffee, and, you know, so it's very fake when you're actually acting it. So it's rare when you have a moment where you're actually kind of committed to the role. And yeah, a few moments with poor Sophie when I wasn't being very nice to her, it was kind of difficult. But you know, they pay me to do it. So yeah.
I still love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Hi there.
Hello.
Over there.
What's up?
Hi, Jack. My question for you is, how do you think Joffrey would react if he came face to face with the White Walker?
With the White Walker? Oh, he'd probably piss his pants. He'd probably shit his pants as well. He's just a giant coward, so I'd say he would, he just wouldn't be able to deal with it at all. He'd probably run away or cry or try and bargain with them, or I don't know. He's just a giant coward, so I don't think he'd fare very well. He'd probably just break down and cry.
Hello again.
Hi, I was wondering, what are you a fan of? Like, what do you geek out over?
It's a good question. I mean, it's funny, I geek out about loads of things. Not necessarily things that you'd see here, like, I don't really, like, I'm a huge, like, The Simpsons fan. I mean, it's kind of, I feel lame saying it to you guys, because you guys are like, yeah, The Simpsons, because, like, you have far more, like, interesting interests.
And you never apologize for what you love.
True. The Simpsons is good. It's just a bit mainstream for you guys, you know, you guys have cool interests. So at the moment, I've just gotten my friend into the thick of it, which is an Armando Iannucci show featuring Peter Capaldi, who's obviously the new Doctor Who. So I love him as an actor, and I love the show, the thick of it. So if you're into like political comedy, that's really good. But I'd say the only show that I'd feel like a proper like nerd about would be The Simpsons. Like, I'd know a lot. Yeah, I actually have my friend for my birthday got me a T-shirt. And there's a scene where Kirk Van Houten is like playing Pictionary, and he like his word is to draw dignity, and he draws this kind of amorphous blob. And Llewellyn is like, what the hell is that? And he's like, it's dignity, Llewellyn, it's dignity. The cat knows it, the cat knows dignity when it sees it. And my friend got me a T-shirt of the amorphous blob. So I'm kind of a nerd with that kind of stuff, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, own it.
Okay.
Nice,
Have you been
thank
to
you.
Springfield at Universal?
Huh?
Have you been to Springfield?
No, I haven't.
So
But there are loads of Springfields in America.
No, there's the Springfield at Universal Studios.
Oh, Universal Studios.
Where, you know, everything's there. Even the mini mart is there.
That's pretty dope. Okay.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Okay. Right over here.
Hey Jack, how are you?
So,
Well, Joffrey is certainly one of the most hated villains in television history. And that's certainly a testament to your talent, right? I mean, come on. You've definitely created an iconic character. So my question for you is, can you give us an example in your real life where maybe overzealous fans have greeted you with hate because of your portrayal?
again, yeah, I mean, 0%, like not one bad experience. I mean, usually how it goes is like someone comes up to me with a big smile on their face and they're like, I hate you so much.
Absolutely. Because even now, 30 feet away from you, I don't know if I want to shake your hand or feed you poison.
No, it's funny, I think, I mean, people get it into their heads that like people are mean to me or whatever, but no, 0, like I think everyone understands that I'm Jack and I have my own life and I'm paid money to act in a certain way and it's got nothing to do with who I actually am, so thankfully people are sensible enough for that, but no, everyone's too nice, so I don't know, maybe I should have a better answer, but if someone wants to attack me later, that'd be fine.
Thank you, Jack.
Hi there.
My question for you is, how do you feel about your character then and now?
As in when I was in the show?
Yeah, when you were in the show.
It's a good question. I mean, again, like, I probably didn't think about it that much. I mean, what I liked about it was some of the directors that I worked with were keen to kind of see not just this extreme, evil, black and white side of Joffrey, and to try and help me not empathize, but see him as a kid, see him as a stupid kid, and not just as this inherently evil character. So that was something nice to kind of muse about, to see him as, you know, a kid that's had a messed up childhood where his mum is a psychopath and his, you know, dad or fake dad doesn't really love him, and, you know, he kind of feels abandoned by everyone, so, you know, not that his actions are justified in that way, but it was cool over the course of playing Joffrey and now still to see it from a different perspective as opposed to just seeing him as this completely irredeemable, evil person, but rather as like a kind of a vulnerable kid.
Thank you, you're amazing.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. How did it feel to film your death?
It was tricky, yeah, it was difficult, you know, because usually you can be like, oh, well, I can imagine what that would be like if that happened in my life, but it's hard to imagine choking to death, you know, so it was really difficult. It was long, like filming long days of me just going like, but I mean, like there was a lot of cool CGI and after post-production effects that they put on it, which helped it a lot. But you know, the whole team, like the crew and the makeup team and everyone were so good. So it really made me feel a lot more confident. But yeah, it's hard to pretend to choke for like 12 hours in a day straight. You know, I feel pretty exhausted, but hopefully it looked believable. I don't know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi, Jack.
Hello.
I wanted to know who, besides George R.R. Martin, are your favorite authors or poets?
Oh, I love a lot of Irish writers. I love Flann O'Brien, who's like a kind of a comedic surrealist, satirical writer in Ireland. Who else do I love? I love David Foster Wallace. I love his non-fiction as well. He writes really good journalistic articles. I brought a book of Allen Ginsberg poetry with me today. Really like him. I really like James Joyce, Samuel Beckett, Seamus Heaney. So a lot of Irish writers, but then also, you know, people like Walt Whitman, Allen Ginsberg, and American writers. Yeah, who are really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah, Dublin is the UNESCO
Yeah.
Heritage City
I
of
know,
Literature.
it's crazy. I don't know where it all comes from.
Spot for that.
everyone just, yeah.
Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde as well, yeah.
Swift.
Yeah, a lot of famous
Bram
writers.
Stoker.
Yeah, Bram Stoker as well. Yeah.
James Joyce, of course. Lots of really cool stuff there. Hi, what's up, kiddo?
Hi. I'm 12 years old, and my dad doesn't let me watch most of the Game of Thrones. None of the episodes that you're in, but my dad tells me that you did a very good job acting.
Well, thank you. Well, I see that you're wearing a Batman t-shirt. So I played a little boy in one of the first Batman. I think the age rating on that is like 12 and over. So I think you'll be okay watching that. So watch that and enjoy me in that, and just illegally download an episode. Just don't tell your parents. I'm joking. I mean, yeah.
Hashtag, don't take notes.
Yeah. No, there's some pretty full-on scenes. I mean, I think everyone in this room, well, sometimes when they watch a scene in Game of Thrones, they're like, I don't think I'm old enough to watch it. So, take it out of your own time and enjoy it when you enjoy it. Keep it real.
Also, I was going to ask you, I'm going to be an actor. I was actually in an audition yesterday. Do you have any tips for young actors?
Well, congrats on the audition. I think it's funny. It's like when I was growing up, acting and doing short films and that kind of thing. In the back of my mind, I always wanted to be like a big, famous actor, but I enjoyed just doing it enough that I didn't put that much pressure on myself. So if you love acting, then you'll do it every day, and you'll get better and you'll gain experience. So try not to think about like, I'm not as successful as my friend, or I'm not as successful as like Robert Downey Jr. or whatever, because if you want to be an actor, then that means that you love acting. So just act as much as possible and enjoy it, and you'll get experience and you'll get better doing it like that. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Jack. My sister has the biggest crush on you. Yeah. I remember seeing your audition video when you did the one exercise. My God, it's sunny outside. I was wondering if you could do that with another line.
Yeah?
It's the line, tell me, which do you favor, your fingers or your tongue? First as a bad guy, and then as a good guy?
Okay, yeah. That guy's easy, I suppose. It's like, tell me, which do you favor? Your fingers or your tongue? Tell me, which do you favor, your fingers or your tongue?
And before I go, what's your favorite meme to come out of the show?
My favorite,
Like joke or meme?
from the show, there's a good one of me, I think just when I begin choking and someone put like a sash of like Miss Westeros or something. That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Given that your character was killed because the Tyrells were afraid that you would hurt Marjorie, how do you think the relationship would have panned out if you weren't killed?
Yeah, well, as I said at the beginning, I think Marjorie had a pretty good hold over Joffrey. I don't think, I think emotionally and in every way she was 10 times more mature and intelligent than he was. So he probably would have just done whatever she wanted him to do. It seemed like she just wanted to progress her political career and become as powerful as she could get through Joffrey, using Joffrey as a pawn or a tool. So I don't know the specifics of how their relationship would have gone, but she definitely would have been wearing the trousers in the relationship.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I have a question. What would Joffrey's go-to karaoke song be?
Oh my gosh, so many. Like maybe an ABBA song? Yeah. What's the song SOS? I really like that song. Look at the SOS. Oh, no, I think that's the Jonas Brothers. That's a good song. His karaoke song would be SOS by the Jonas Brothers.
Thank you.
I love that song. Also Burning Up by the Jonas Brothers is a great song.
Hi, so I know that a lot of characters are looking forward to their deaths, like they can't wait until they die, or like I've heard that Sophie Turner said that I want to die off because the deaths are so extravagant, people remember them. So how does it feel knowing that your death made the entire world happy in one night?
I suppose it's kind of cool, yeah, I don't know. I mean, as an actor, you want to entertain people, you want to tell a story, and you know, if I can entertain people by dying in a horrific way, then that's cool.
Well, they're going to remember it for like 40 years later. Like, you know, people are going to come to cons and be like, oh my God, do you remember when Joffrey died?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a cool thing to be able to have that effect on so many people, and I just hope it was enjoyable. You know, I think people love hating fictional characters. I don't know, it's just a natural thing. So I was more than happy to fulfill that role and to give people a lot of kind of fun hate. I suppose they're hating, but in a kind of an enjoyable way. Yeah, I was very happy to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey. Hello.
Hello.
Do you feel like you've been kind of de-seated as Game of Thrones resident bad boy because of Ramsay Bolton?
Yeah, I'm super bummed about it. I always wanted to be the worst villain, the best villain, and now, you know, no one wants to play second fiddle, so, I mean, I'm bummed out. I'm bummed out that I'm not the meanest guy, but I suppose Ramsay deserves the top title.
I mean, you could contest it.
Maybe, I mean, I could come back as like a White Walker or something. But, yeah, he kind of seems like a bit of a pussycat in comparison to Ramsay. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I just failed. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Hello.
I was wondering if you still watch the show, and if you do, how do you feel the way Cersei handled the trial and the way that Tommen died?
Well, I actually never watched the show. No, because I mean, well, first of all, it's like super awkward watching yourself on screen. You know, it's like everyone here has had the experience of either seeing themselves on camera or hearing their own voice recorded, and you're like, is that really me? So seeing yourself like on TV is like embarrassing for me. So I never really watched it, and then also it's like it's hard to suspend your disbelief willingly when you're kind of like, oh, I know that tree is made of plastic, or that actor was hungover that day. It kind of just breaks, you know, it breaks the illusion a little bit. So I find it hard to watch it because of that. But I do know that Tommen, did he kill himself?
Yeah, he just walked off the Red Keep.
It's pretty intense, you know. So yeah, it's kind of horrible to think about. And from all intents and purposes, it seems like Cersei isn't a very nice person at the moment. So I don't think she handled it very well. Apparently, I don't know. So yeah, so there's so much to catch up on. Maybe I should just start from episode 1 and just. Apparently it's a good show. Apparently it's really good. No worries. Yeah, just read the books.
Hi.
Oh, they're right. This is awkward. Hi, Mr. Gleeson. I feel like I pure-rated because my question was just stolen a few moments ago. This might seem like a stupid question, but are you guys in fact planning a secret big musical number at the very last episode?
We are. We're gonna do the Jonas Brothers SOS. We haven't started rehearsals, but we're about to start rehearsals, and yeah, I mean, technically I'm not allowed to talk about it, but who cares, you know, so it's gonna be a showstopper. Yeah, so just, yeah, spoiler alerts, SOS, Jonas Brothers.
Everybody tweet that.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Hi.
Hello and welcome to Florida.
Thank you.
So, what was your favorite or funniest moment on set?
Well, so many, I suppose. What I usually say, I mean, there's the scene where I'm like dead on a plinth after I was poisoned, and I just got to like sleep for the whole day. I was being paid to sleep. That was pretty dope. Other than that, I mean, it's always fun when like a big scene, like my wedding scene, where there's so many characters together, so many actors together, and you get to hang out. Because it's a really social environment working on a film set. You know, there's a lot of downtime, a lot of like playing Scrabble or chit-chatting or whatever. So it's always nice when you get to catch up and get to know new people. Yeah, so sleeping and socializing.
Thank you.
Hi.
Okay, so Tyrion was notorious for slapping you on the show. So throughout your entire time on the show, how many times do you think he slapped you?
I think only twice, I think. In like one of the first episodes, and then when we got attacked, when I got poo thrown on my face, I was freaking out, and I think he slapped me and yeah, tried to get my act together. So I think it was only twice. I mean, 2 occasions, but I think he slapped me a few times in the first occasion. So, you know, that always brings you closer together. Yeah, I didn't get paid extra for that. I have to call my union.
We've got time for 2 more questions. I know, I'm sorry.
Hey, Jack.
What's up?
Thanks for being here. I just wanted to know how far in advance did the writers let you know that they were killing you off, and did you think it would be